Hello. Oh, I'm all alone. So, yeah. I'm all alone in my... Just got home. I'm working on something. Jazz dude! I'm missing something. This world needs a hero. Just jumped in. Me too. Whee! I got something new.
Hi.
Hello.
Not just that. I got... Whee! Missing something. Insert. Track. Empty item. Marker. No, that's not it. Might need to change some setting here. The empty TCP inserts. No. Where is that? Found it. You pull the trigger on the MK3, the key lab. Ooh, that needs another one. This one. Wee. Oh, nice. Yeah, I might. I have it on my list at Toman. I just ate a sandwich. Yeah. So it's full of grimmel. I probably will order it by the end of the year. Normally, I get a bit more, because everything is prices going up. So, and I got a new car coming, so planning on different things. So there's the visual spacer. After tracks. Huh? And the visual spacer is very small. It's very small. Oh. Visual track spacer size 12. Let's make... Pixel spacing with 4 media item 4. Let's make that 6. Right? Ah, there he is. Ah. Did you set up your new USB hosts No. I do have a kind of MIDI router in my Thomann list, but that might take a while until I get it. Because for the moment, I just have one MIDI connection through my interface. So all the other stuff isn't connected. And I'm waiting to order this one, that one, maybe in like 1 or 2 months. Because first I need a new mixer for my CD player. So that's that was planned to get this month, and then Arturia decided, oh, let's upgrade V Collection. Shit. Change the plans again. So that's the visual space. It's 20. It's maybe too big. Let's make it 12 again. I think that's okay. That's better. So I can actually get rid of that because I wanted to try something. Oops. Doing drums. Smart. I could actually. Let's make something here. Visual spacer. These. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I could actually work out this after tag before. So that's insert. Crazy Rabbit, I got something for you. Nice and oh my goodness. I think I'm crazy. Let's do like I'm going to do a stream like John from the Reaper blog. Let's do crazy stuff here. Visual spacer. Could this. I don't care pretty much about the because I still got the. Oh, let's actually add like this. Tuck, tuck. That's better. Rabbit loves it. I did make one with a delay, and I did make one with a. I think the delay is even better than the reverb. Sounds more like a. But it does have kind of artifacts in it. I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe the. Maybe it's OBS. I don't know. I'm changing a bit my setup here. So I got this. maybe actually add 3 different ones. I could actually duplicate it. I'll make another one. Let's do the first one. How are you all doing? I'm a bit stressed. I yesterday was coming home and I had something in my letterbox. I don't know how you call this. Was a paper from the post office that I need to get to the post office to pick something up, and I wasn't sure that it wasn't the package, because all packages Amazon and whatever Toman gets at work. I said, who is sending me a letter to pick up and sign? And I was thinking about that all day. What the fuck would that be? And then we have, not far from workplace, there is a post office. So I just after work, I ran up there because on the paper it wasn't marked where the letter actually is. So I was getting up to the post office, and they said, "Oh yeah, it's at another one." I said, "Oh my goodness." So yeah, back to the bus. Bus was 15 minutes late, and and then get to that. It's not a postal office. It's like a pickup station for all kinds of stuff. They because they eliminated one post office in my town, and they made a big one in another town. So it's where you can buy sweets and cigarettes and papers and journals and whatever, and magazines and all kinds of stuff. And it's a pickup station for everything that's packages and when you're not at home. So I had to get up there to pick up that letter. And because on the paper there wasn't marked who sent it. So, yeah, and then I look at, oh, it's my landlord. He wants more money. Oh, yeah. And for that, he actually sent the special letter to pick up. Yeah. Kind of shit. You could send a normal letter. Yeah, but they want to make sure that you get it, But I said to myself, I just paid it, the rent. So, yeah, you could have sent it a bit earlier. So, yeah, fuck you, this month you're gonna get the old one. Because, yeah, it was a bit too late. So let's try to find something interesting to start with. Something. Maybe this one. It could actually more interesting with the key track on. Milo! There he is. The man who streams 24 hours. Oh, so let's do some editing here. I'm on drum mode. Okay, that's good. If I don't do a MIDI item, it doesn't work. Very smart. And, it's a bit laggy. Where is laggy? Like this. Let's do... Okay. So we got one nail down. And I also want to experiment. Yesterday, the track was giving me some ideas. I wasn't really happy totally, but it was giving me ideas. And I made a mistake because I was using Tactic for the percussions. I know that Tactic can work with loops, but I think it works better with one-shots. So I have to try that method instead of using loops, or you could add just one. It's a bit loud. That's better. Cressy! Justo! Lamont. Even once. Loops are for girls. Yeah. Uncle Chrome. I'll get you. Wait.
Hi.
Hello.
I got something new. So this gives my ideas, and I could actually make it like this and just change a bit of the downside. So that's programmed. Might change a bit of this setup because I can just move it. Let's see how that sounds. Like a techno rumble. Let's mute this one. Real men cut their VST please from the skin to the hunted bear of the hunted bear. Viral beats. Yeah, funny. I had I've seen a video, one of the on Facebook just for passing time, and there was a video where someone in probably Alaska or Canada or somewhere was chased by a polar bear. He got away because he was hopping up on the motor skis thing, and and I did say, yeah, humans actually live in their territory, so it's not really the bear's fault that you get some problems. And I did get answers on that, some very stupid ones. The news clip, yeah, exactly. I said, yeah. Some comments, some answers were actually one was very, God gave us, you moron. Sorry, but God didn't give you anything, and the bears have the same rights because God put the bears too on this planet. So, and the bear might eat you. So, yeah, the snowmobile, yeah. Yeah, it's like I might be setting this one a bit. Let's see if I set it a bit. But then I have to change the preset. Velocity, key track, analog, acts. Let's see, just how does that sound? Okay. Yes, let's get it a bit lower here. Oh yes, zoo. And bear lawyers will not settle out of court. Sound like a basketball bouncing. Yeah, still figuring out how it could actually lower the velocity a bit, so make it less. But where am I at with the, if I change it to here, that might be a bit weird. And if I change it to here, you could actually just, if I get rid of the grid, and let's select them all. And then I might see, let's go, just an experiment. This one. Snap. Why does it snap? I don't want to snap it. Not snapping. Just if I really almost over it. That's maybe not too good. Maybe like that. It's very itsy bitsy. Can I move it with the arrows? Not sure. No, I don't think so. New Order's Blue Monday kick was created as the drummer was trying to program the DMX to have a programmed echo sound. Yeah, sometimes you get tracks who sounds gets created by accidents or happy accidents, like that famous drum break from Mr. Phil. That's very interesting. Great, back to center. My Biscuit, how you doing?
Hi.
Hello.
I always try to be open and play. Never go safe. Yeah, and I don't want to really stick with why I did choose the title. I just want to have experiment with all kinds of things because I think a good, I don't consider myself a musician, but someone who actually having fun creating music or whatever kind of art form or whatever hobby or passion you have. Yes, some develop a certain technique and stick with it, but limiting yourself to a certain, especially when it comes to artistic expression, imagine just as you start painting and you just do variations of a black canvas. I don't know. There might be people doing that, but yeah. Just experiment. So. Might lower the volume a bit. So. Just an itsy bit. Well, I'm gonna leave the volume up. I'm going to lower it here. And also this one. Call Mary will half that. Okay, she says she needs to speak. Ooh, speaking to Biscuit. Ooh, you up for something? And now if let's use this one, and I'm just gonna change instead of, I'm gonna get rid of the notes. Can't see what I'm doing here. And on the first, I'm gonna make, I'm then gonna change something, sub. Let's create some sub. Oh, this one. I am on key track. Velocity is okay. Ooh. It's gonna be very bassy. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Don't. Okay. Overdrive, yes. Then distort. A new producer who made tracks by running a single sample to able to granular sample to make sounds. Did this for years and made hundreds of tracks. Also, everybody. Yes, there are. I know, like I once bought. It was a whole collection of a whole, could say, discography on Bandcamp. I'm not sure what he's. Probably he's doing something with modular synthesizer because it sounds. It is in the direction what Andy does with drones, but there's not much more happening than just drones and ambiances and noises and stuff like that. And he sold the discography for like a few bucks, and I said, "Oh, interesting. Grab this to actually. It's interesting to sometimes listen to drones while doing something else." But then, I think he has. It's these kind of artists that just do that thing and modify a bit and don't add things or don't experiment or whatever. But some really are very minimalistic on their approach, and many things, especially in the electronic music, can be when I'm listening to my old. I don't really buy any, especially in the techno house and things like that. I stopped buying these kind of things since the early 2000s. I still do listen to some mixes or live performances, like the things the parties Speedy G does, and that's real live performance, or Colin Benders and things like that. I totally dislike what happened to the DJ culture anyway. But when I listen to the stuff that I bought in the 90s, especially albums, when I listen to it, it's like we got 10 tracks, and it's pretty much 10 tracks, the same thing. And those actually, it works in a club, but listening to it just like that can, over time, it gets really, I don't know, it's the same track all over again. And it's not just techno house. It's always the same recipe. They don't really experiment. You know, when you get a techno house, trance, or even gabba track, you know exactly what you get. They might add some new experiments, but they're still using the same drums. You still hear the 303 and the 909 and the 808 and pretty much the same synthesizers. Where it gets more interesting is when you go into what I always liked more was ambient, IDM, these kind of things, experimental, where they actually don't follow any rules. Anything goes. Or even the industrial movement and those kind of things. You can make, I'm going to make a fall to the floor, but who says it's going to be a club hit? We had a TR-606 in the 80s, Band Abrams S799, S9, Juno 106. Ooh, that's nice. The thing is, we don't, if you see someone producing, like I see many on YouTube, who actually show what they're doing, you actually see, oh, okay, it's a loop, another loop, and then they add a break. It's still the same recipe. There's someone like Data Bros or Treat, who are more, even in software, or live jammers, they experiment more around. But others, it's still same. It's like cooking a soup or sauce, and it sometimes might add some bit of pepper more and bit of it. but it's like when someone produces hip hop, still the same recipe. The beats might change a bit, so depending on the style or what's. And then they discovered loops. But that was the discussion when someone was probably on purpose, using some predefined loops and even the template, and just changed tiny few things and published the song under the name, on a different name, but it still was sounding pretty much like the other guy. And well, it was just like a pure copy. And it said, really, you are that lazy that you can't even adapt your loops and beats, and I don't know. So, but the thing is, when you're producing in a DAW, it's different than jamming live anyway. So, because if you want to achieve something like someone who really just makes hardware jams, or trying different things in a live environment, turning the knobs, or could add this and add that, and or maybe that machine and this effect, it sounds already different than, because achieving that in a DAW is a bit more work. You do automation and adding effects and this kind of. You don't produce by jamming, which is, I wouldn't consider jamming when you do something just simply in a DAW. If you do something like, if, for example, you would create a patch in VCV or voltage modular or any virtual modular system, and then you play it, and then you tweak it, that's different. That's actually doing it live, especially if you have MIDI controllers who actually do change things and stuff like that. Like plenty we do know that change things live. Oh, you know me, Twisty. That's my favorite. Yeah, but this kind of work, it takes a bit more time. You can do it if you actually use Ableton Live and Bitwig, where it is developed for more live setting. What you may be laying out a certain. You got your clip launchers with your MIDIs and loops and drums and whatever, your plugins, and then you play that live, and then you tweak it. I know that Richie Horton actually mixes like that live. He has a certain template. He made a video about it in Bitwig, and it's all controlled by his MIDI controllers and mixers and stuff. And he has the templates, but when he's jamming, when he's performing live, he's changing it on every performance, because it's adapted to his kind of workflow playing live. So that's a different approach. Like even these days, Jeff Mills does it, who back in the days was mostly DJing, and now he has to just playing around with instruments and jamming live and changing them. Yeah, Richie Horton is. I have seen him. He was playing here decades ago at our local techno club, And I actually had the privilege, I had a backstage access, and I could watch him from, there was a passageway above the DJ booth, and you could watch from above what he was doing. And this was in the 90s still. He had a different setup, but I was watching, damn, what is he doing? And he had his personally made controllers that his dad made, because he's an engineer. And I said, damn, that is not DJing. That is performing. That was pretty crazy what he did. Just hitting the knobs. And even today I've seen videos about DJs, and it's not the first time that I've seen something like that. You get the feeling that, yes, they have their players and the mixer, and yeah, it's already pre-mixed or pre-arranged and stuff. And there was one, I can't remember his name, and he was always during the mix doing this kind of movement on the faders, like this, without touching them. And I said, what, do you have some kind of disease that you're twitching, or was it part of a show? I don't know, because I was paying attention. I said, there's no change in sound, so why are you actually touching the fader without actually moving it? It was apparently part of the show, and apparently many DJs do that when they perform at rave parties, and they fake it. It's pre-mixed, and they actually get money for that. You go, what the heck? You get paid to fake a DJ set on a rave party? What the? Air mixing. Yeah, it's like imagining you get to watch a metal band and they come out with cardboard guitars and they do air guitar, and the rest of the band is just playback. You would say, okay, let's go home. The problem is, yes, the people actually down there, they don't see that. But these days, they do film all that stuff, and even publish these videos, and they see, what the heck is he doing? What? What? Wow! What is happening? And they do get paid for that. For that reason, I do like real performers, and like Satak, Speedy G, and his whole crew of the store parties, Colin Benders, and many, many more in all kind of directions. Yeah, or even old schools. I don't think they're still performing live because someone died from them, like Future or Octave One, Eat Static. Who was called? There was another one. There's plenty of these live performances. That's still live, but DJs. And I actually did write a comment on a post, and I said, sorry, but why do the DJ get more credit just playing tracks and mixing than the people actually producing all that stuff? Because most the DJs, yes, some do produce on occasions, some do ghost producing, the real big ones. So, but the real people behind the music, they don't get the credit. Some even never did get any money out of their tracks. So I don't know, something went wrong here. I don't know. Imagine you create an awesome club banger. It gets played by every famous DJ, and you don't get any money. So, because the DJ reads the room and provides the music, you get the people dancing, and and that was always the role of the DJ. But these days, they transformed into an entertainment, like wearing masks. You're quite sure you will not mix with a mask, a gigantic mouse mask on your head or whatever they're using. Why is it like Daft Punk? It's playback. Sorry, guys. You're wearing masks and what's that? That's purely playback. There's nothing real here. It's nothing enjoyable. And I've seen on it was a techno festival in the UK, and I see the live performance on YouTube from Future doing their own raw version of acid house. Damn, that was intensive. With all and even Octave 1, that is intensive. And they don't need to show off. The music talks for themselves. They don't need to wear fancy clothes and like that one girl was quite ridiculous. A horse head, or that that girl who, I think it's cool that girls actually do perform in that kind of, because we're always missing the girls. But why do you need a horse head on your to show off, or why do you need to paint everything in pink and wear tutus while playing? Something is. I was just the latest version of the court jester. It's entertaining. It's just apparently the young kids today, they actually, I don't know, something is terribly off. Ooh, yes. Pink, because you're Alice Bowie and you want the room to match your tutu. Yeah, I don't know what her name is. I've seen her quite a few times, and I think she has a YouTube channel, not sure. But it's everything is in pink. But apparently she has modular systems and small desktop modulars, and she makes her own music, but the rest is I don't know. Yeah. I gotta ask if my wheelchair was just part of it. Oh, that's Alice Bowie had a cameo in Cheech and Chong's first movie. Yeah, that one. That was a funny one. Yeah. I did see. That was quite fun to watch. A documentation about a certain DJ who is throwing cakes at rave parties and champagne bottles. I was like, What the heck? Why do you need that? Isn't the music any good enough that you do launching cakes? Oh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, me ranting again. I want to change the velocity a bit to get a bit more movement in here, like this. That DJ Marie Antoinette. No, Mr. Steve Aoki. I think he kind of... Not sure if he's still doing it, but yeah, I'm not... I was never... I liked listening to techno and house and trance during the 90s. I did DJ myself on radio and some parties. That was fun, but I was never... I couldn't call myself a raver. It was never my... doing whole weekends from club to club, and that was definitely not my thing. I was kind of interested on how they made those sounds, but Usher walks around and stayed with a bowl of cherries, calling divorce around the world. They teach them. Oh my goodness, yeah. I think it's kind of crazy what some people actually doing to get attention. I don't know. I think something is off. Something is... Oh, Mr. Moss. You got this one.
Hello.
Okay, and you got the... Lamar. I hope I get it right. See I think I have Alzheimer's. So how does that sound now? Yeah. Whee! I got it. Having big teeth always gets my attention. So I got this, okay. Let's add my... that might not work. Let's see. Samples. Sample based, not the multi. I will add the tactic. Close it. Last touch. So I want to make a bit more differences, and now in the DJ world, but talking to one of my ensemble in the day was education. What do weekend rave? And yeah, it's for some it was, but it always I did read some stuff about even I had seen a video, an interview. And he's not a DJ, he's just a live performer from SATAC. And in his early beginnings, he's been doing that for over 20 years now. He said in his early beginnings, it was kind of hard to get actually live gigs, but because it was mostly DJs. But he persevered, and he's slowly getting more attention, and now even he also produces, and he gets played The funny thing is, what he actually releases on vinyl or CD or whatever are just the recordings of his live jams at home. But you got names like Carl Cox playing his stuff, or the guys from Soma Records, or the guys from Drum Code and stuff like that. So he made himself a name, but he was saying sometimes, especially these days, he got quite a very busy schedule, moving around, performing on rave parties and clubs and all over the world, and that is stressful. Da Vinci Girl. I didn't even say hi to Groove Chemist. You're still at work. Oh,
Hi.
Hello.
I'm happy that I got a few days off. So he said, and imagine DJs, and when you look at, I think yesterday I seen a picture. It was quite funny, where someone posted a drawing. A guy, his kid, made a drawing from Daddy's favorite performance, and Daddy was Ricardo Villalobos. And the drawing was, he nailed the drawing. It was still a kid's drawing, but you clearly could see the sweaty hair, the half-closed eyes, the what do you call it, the tired sacs under the eyes, looking tired. The kid nailed the drawing. He said, "Oh, that's me." when I'm doing like 6-hour DJing, I look like that. Like, I barely make it. He always looks like he made like, 72 hours party. And back in the 90s and still today, he's so, when he performs his lives, his DJ sets, he's so intensive that it looks like a bit like Sven Fed in the 90s, kind of, because, he was making like 18-hour sets and stuff like that. You can't last 6 hours a night. How like that after 6 minutes? It is. Even Sven Fed said there was a time he was, party, club, rave, club. And, he was taking drugs and stuff. He said, you can't imagine doing this for a living. Can destroy you. Because in the end, someone would say, "Oh, you're just a DJ." But yes, you're performing like hours in a sweaty club or a big rave party, still paying attention what you're doing and entertaining people. And okay, you finished your set, back to the plane or back to the hotel, you sleep 3 hours, back to the plane on the next club, and you do that week after week after week. Just to DJ your own. Some DJs were actually, imagine back in the days you had the boxes full of vinyls, and no one could, when they grew, you had your kind of people actually helping you, but it's still pretty intensive. But at some point, they said, and it's like even not just DJs, even normal musicians, like Devin Townsend announced for the moment he's done with touring. It is intensive. People don't really realize what kind of life that is, being on tour constantly. I even read in books about certain famous people. That's we normal people, we got our normal jobs, the 9 to 5. We got our weekends, we got our vacations, but yeah, these people are, depending on how big you are, you constantly tour bus, hotel, concert, back in a tour bus, hotel. That's can destroy you. And yeah, you're performing live, you're singing, you're playing your music. After a while, Dave's career in bar bands ended with the roadie work, overcame the performer. Yeah, it's small bands. Yeah, they transport. When you hear the stories, I read the book from Steve Hackett when Genesis was actually starting out. Yeah, they had a small van, all the instruments, the whole band in the van, like any typical starting out band ever, and driving around. Mostly was Peter Gabriel driving, and maybe someone else was driving, and doing a tour of England, going from club to club. Sometimes the van breaks down, or you have an accident, and you're still putting up the instruments, performing, going back on the road. And you hear these stories even on, like, I think the ex-singer of Black Flag. Oh my goodness. Henry Rollins. Sorry, cat walked on the keyboard. Myopic. And he said back in the Black Flag days, they were constantly touring because that was their way of actually making money. And that was, being constantly with your mates in the van with the instruments, going from club to club, from state to state, next club, next state, driving around. That is, ooh. Don't want to change that for anything. Get me my 9 to 5 job. So, you're like a human music memory machine. Until the year 2000, I stopped actually following a lot of stuff. No more buying tons of magazines. I still watch some documentation or reading stuff, but yeah, I was always interested in that kind of thing, to see how, and I do have a few books that I read. I still have to read. I bought it years ago, and I still have to read it. Got the book from Keith Richards. Pretty interesting to read. I wanted to buy the book from Bruce Springsteen, but sometimes it's a bit hard to find actually good, because sometimes these books are written by someone else instead of the musician itself. Himself, like I know the Steve Hackett book is written by himself, and Phil Collins did write the book himself, but there's no book. I think Peter Gabriel didn't write a book. I know that I still have it. Didn't read it yet. I have the book from the guitar player, not Steve Hackett, the Mike Rutherford. Still have to read that one. And I think there's a book from Tony Banks, but Tony Banks was always the behind the scene guy. Is on the back. I've tended to do a great book about the creative process. That's brilliant. Yeah, it's like you hear these stories, and it is actually interesting to read about a musician's life. It's pretty interesting because many things we don't really know about, but really, except if you're really in the entourage, like friends and family, what they are actually going through throughout the career. So we got a beat, okay, and then I'm gonna launch my loop clouds, and then let's add trying to redo that thing with tactic, but before that, let's take a short break, and we will be right back. Where's my be right back? There it is. I'm back. I like Quincy Jones' book. Yeah, I didn't have that one. I try to find books about musicians and producers. I do have the production book from this one. But it's not a biography from Warren Hewart. Well, it's more technical stuff. So. Da Vinci Girl was for German. Da Vinci Girl was asking. No, I actually the plugins I use in OBS are the plugins from the filters from. Can show it. It's the TDR series, the Slick EQ, Nova, and the compressor. Cressy needs to make food. Food is good. Food is important. Cheers, Cressy. And I watched a video. There's he's not active anymore. Kind of sad. This guy made a video how to make. I can show them. Let's see. This one. And he made a video about. Well, he made a video how to make your microphone sound radio-like. But you still have to, on the EQ, you can have to fiddle around a bit, depending on your voice, because it has multiple options. And if you're using the Nova, it has dynamics on the plops, p, and on the s. So, yeah, it's a dynamic EQ from TDR. You can use the free ones. You don't need the gentleman editions. So, yeah. And then the compressor, just doing some tiny bits of compression and a bit of gain. And I can send you if I find it back, it's quite reactive, yeah. You can adapt it, of course. Let me check my YouTube. I think I had it in some playlist. Let me check my playlist here. Is it in this one? No. Let me. I hope I still have it somewhere around. XMB dash. That is that. Nice reason. That's the Chandler guitar. No. That's the Melda Vital Cube. It should be in there. Let me check again. There is it. I found it. I can get you the link. The video is a bit old, but it's still active. So, only you are short in breath. I just had a smoke, so that's why. But just a smack of room reverb. Yeah, you could try that. A very small one. Man. Been using the event type plugins, lots of control, wave shaping up. Yeah, I just followed his tutorial on how to do it. It's still adaptable. So, yeah, because I don't have effects on the SSL. I wanted to try to, instead of using OBS, to use the same setup in Reaper, but that would imply that it had to be set up, and then you have to do, because there is also like I have on the DAW set up, when the DAW is running, it ducks the sound like they do it in radio, kind of side chaining. You can do in, so you can do it in Reaper, but it was a bit tedious to set up, so I left that out. So, but that video is actually, if you're just using the free TDL plugins that you can download, then you adapt it to your voice. So, might test it with a. Not sure if it's gonna work live. Let's save it. Let's see the OBS filters here. Maybe after the Nova. VST. Let's add filter reverb. Please select the plugin. Let's see what kind of. And also because it actually scanned my instruments, of course. Let's see, maybe something. Because I tried, because he added in the setup, he added the wider plugin, and I couldn't actually hear any difference, at least on my setup. And this one maybe. Huh? I did. So maybe after the. Is it showing up? No, it doesn't. That's not working. Because I don't want to add something too crazy. Otherwise, let's see on the. Let's see it. maybe this one works. Ah, this one works actually. Haha. But the problem is I don't hear it. So I don't hear it. So you might hear it, but I don't. Which Fluid mic? It's the Pro 440. I do have the 240, and now you should actually hear the bathroom. So it actually works. Those too wet. Yeah, I might get the maybe just tiny bit, like I don't know, 20. I don't know. Should sound better. Maybe even just like 15. Oh, I could actually save it. Let's see. Like 15%. Sounded like you in a cave just now. Ooga ooga. I could actually adapt the EQ a bit. I don't know. Check. Like not too much. Kind of suits his avatar. I can imagine that monster in a cave. Yeah, I have to check the stream afterwards. It's Da Vinci Girl's fault. So you got a room reverb. Let's say, So I got the loop cloud open, and I wanted to, let's see, on the drum hits, and that's loops, that's ambience, sound effects, it's not complete, drum loops, shots, drum shots. Oh, yes. I found something. Hats. Yes. Lots of hats. Lots of hats. Lots of hats. So I'm gonna test. Oops, I need to open my thing here. Let's see on the eye. Exported. I don't know, my glitch machines. And I need what? 8. 1. Yeah. 1. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. and 8. So you got 8 samples. Hope it's not too much reverb. Oops, I opened my chat. No. Get those over here. And we could, where's my hat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Cheers, Uncle Chrome. All around the tubes, yeah, probably. Yeah, my day is over. Sadly, it's almost over. You know, it's just, yeah, Americans, it's just beginning. So let's see. I'm gonna solo. I'm gonna loop. I'm still on loop. I still have to, let me check my manual because I can't remember what these boxes are. Let me check my manual here. Plugins, glitch machines, where are you? Tactic. Still very basic. So sequencer, footer, sample slots. Start, that's the big one. Trigger sequencer. The large square stop trigger sequencer. Yeah, inactive. Samples. Okay, the dots below the trigger steps are the visual step indicators. Fields with triggers indicator probability. Okay, and the last row of fields represent the bus assignments. Get it. Haha, I get it. Yeah, it's the this. You got 4 buses, and you can send the samples to different effects. Like, for example, you can send a delay and like a ring modulation, a com filter, like a bit crusher, for example, like, yeah. Like this. Then, for example, this bus 1. If I leave it on B1, every sample goes to the delay. Chris! Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing? I'm trying to figure out again how tactic works. So figure out this one. So if I leave it on B1, can I actually, no, B1, B, and this is random or this, okay. And if that is just, okay, I get it. So if I leave it on B1, every sample goes to the delay. Like this. Pretty interesting. I just think about getting Font MP3 as my notification signal on. I got the this one, but just in OBS. So I might not be smart to have that kind of sound on my phone, especially not at work. The ladies would go, "Did you just?" So I got a ring modulation on B2. Let's add B2 here on B3. Totally random. And maybe at the 4, 3. Or maybe do a random here. Just experimenting, but. Already getting. It's all about the icebreaker. Attack decay. Decay, I don't. Maybe a bit shorter. Like here. Should sound okay. The interesting thing with this plugin, you can modulate still while on, because it's not driven by like the HY slicer where you can choose play through MIDI. It just runs and it's can modify like. But the thing is with plugins like the glitch machine range, it's it takes a while to get into. Well, I think that's with pretty much most plugins, except maybe some synthesizers that are kind of self-explanatory, or guitar amps, stuff like that. When you know, okay, this cabinet and this amp and this effect, delay, distortion, stuff like that. But once you get into the experimental plugins like glitch machines, some effects, or the Anemone stuff, where you can, through kind of granular changing the transients and, well, no, not even knowing how it really analyze the sample, because I got all three of them. One is just a stretcher, but these kind of plugins can be, but they're not made for everybody, because I think for some it might be too experimental. I don't know, because some might have just a straight beat where everything is really set up tight, maybe with some groove in it, depending on the style you're doing. But I like a moving sound kind of thing and changing the aspects. I'm a bit influenced by, mention YouTubers. I would mention Alchemy, Venus Theory, wouldn't say Ben Jordan, but he's doing his own thing. Even Data Bros or Treat, and other people like. I like all the glitch machine stuff. They are a clever bunch. Yes. They're very niche products, but still very interesting. And I didn't get the. They made a synthesizer, an FM synthesizer, and I've seen some people playing around with it. I know that Treat had it, and I think Data Bros did a few videos with it. But it's it's not, even though it's an FM synthesizer, it's very it's really a sound design crazy tool because based heavily around techno. Yeah, I think pretty much it's not for, depending on how you would set up, but it's like when you're using the HY sequences, the slicers, or even comparing it to the stuff from Audio Modern, the Playbeat and the that loop thing where you can combine different samples, or even which one was that? There was another one where you can layer, like even live from XLN, who works kind of similar, like these kind of plugins, where you actually can just grab a simple loop, or like here, like one shots, and go totally crazy with it. So, but it depends on. Yeah, I wouldn't see like Chris or HC Nilsson here, who is a guitar player, actually using glitch machines. But yeah, actually, I think the synthesizer is pretty expensive. Because I was always, what are they about to do next? The Skyne, it's called, FM synthesizer. It's $89. Maybe someday I will grab it, because I have everything except the some of the sample bundles that I didn't grab. That might come a day that I will actually add them to my sample packs. So actually the synthesizer is the one that I didn't get, because it might have a lot of presets probably, but yeah, it has 160 presets, because I'm not someone who actually starts from scratch like Data Bros or Treat does it, where you really play around with settings. And CyberGwen, hello. Have you tried any of Dimitri's instruments, Tantra and Thorn? I do have them. There's a lot that I don't have, and there's still a lot that I do have. So, but yeah, I still keep using the same thing. Why I actually keep on buying new stuff? So now I can change the probability a bit already to make it a bit more interesting. I do we all. Yeah, but I think one, especially if it's just a hobby pastime, like everything, you grab this thing to have fun. I can't imagine like if someone has the. I know that when Alchemy added his iPad to his setup to make music production, it was going, whoa, damn, there's so many crazy stuff on there. Whoa. And there are companies like Blease, Audio Modern, plenty of companies that do iOS devices. And I think it's very interesting because, yeah, Android, they totally missed that part. There's absolutely nothing to make music on a pad. So stop buying software for the time being because I need the funds for new hardware. Aha. Yeah, I'm for myself, I decided for the time being not adding too much hardware and stuff. I made the mistake of getting a micro modular rack there and totally forgot how old I am. I can't see it. Yeah. Yeah, but it's like sometimes you buy things and you think, oh, it's interesting. Because I bought the Micro Freak because, yeah, it looked interesting. It has crazy sounds, but I knew I'm not a player. But I actually can now, because the keyboard is interesting how it works, especially when you're doing sliding and stuff. It's a bit like the MPE things built in. That is interesting for a player, but the sad part, I'm pretty bad at playing keyboards. So I tried, actually, I hooked it up and I did send the MIDI data from my Keylab to the Micro Freak, and I played around and I was sending the audio back. And I said, oh, that's interesting. I could actually do it like that without moving around and playing here. You could just use the sad part. My Keylab doesn't have aftertouch and all that stuff, so I need to upgrade. But I'm not trying to add too much, but especially when it kind of gets into the software kind of thing, it's always tempting. It's always tempting. And the thing is, you can add effects. These rows are for single effects on the sample. And this row is like a global, like there's loop, reverse, course, attack, decay. That's a filter, I think, a resonance filter, panning and stuff. And that is global. What you can say, you just want to, for example, add a panning effect, and like, for example, maybe a loop, and this one affects this row here. That's as far as I know. So then I figured out. This is the filter, this is the loop size. For example, if you say, okay, I want a loop here on the main row, I need to tell them, okay, if it hits the loop, let's make like just 2. I think that's the limit. Just it makes 2, but you can loop it like very fast. I normally leave it like 3. Like, could test it. Now if let's see if I need to change the 15, 16. It's drawing this way. If I really do it just like using 2, should actually do crazy stuff. So it actually using these 2 effects globally on everything. That makes it kind of interesting, sound design wise. So instead, let's do like 6, and I could actually add get a pan, like a chorus, and maybe a reverb, a reverse. I stopped buying hardware and software because I need funds to pay the bills. Yeah, that's another thing. No, sometimes, especially with hobbies, we still need to actually make a living or pay the bills, but yeah, sometimes you get people that come to a situation where you have to make choices. Yeah, I would like to, but I can't afford it. But yeah, even for myself, I had say almost 30 years, I had a quite decent living standards. I didn't have to pay rent. Yes, I had a car and stuff. I had a lot of stuff that I could grab free, like even gasoline, because we had a gas station. So yeah, it was for a very long time. But suddenly things was changing. And suddenly, now I need to pay for it. Now I need to maybe slow down a bit, not to drive around too much or stuff like that. And then there was a time in my life, financially, due to situations, I couldn't afford anything, not even driving anywhere, because I couldn't just afford the gasoline for it. So I was sitting at home doing nothing, and it was that was a period I started learning how to work with Photoshop and stuff like that, and all kind of thing. I was playing with games a lot, because just to get a pastime. And even when I worked, I still didn't have the financial possibilities to do something like that, making music. That was. And then when I finally got a decent new job, it was at the beginning it was still my pay wasn't that high. It was okay. But after a year, that changed. And I go, now we can afford things. but still, I still don't get that much amount of money that I could like spend like crazy. I couldn't like put on a room full of synthesizers, or like buying every plugin out there, or like using like all DAWs that possibly you can get your hands on, or like using, I don't know, 4 PCs. And sorry, still have why I was kind of pissed when my mixer, the audio interface, died, and I said, shit. Now what? Yeah, I had kind of replacement, but that didn't really work well. So, yeah, sorry. I have to wait until I get some kind of bit of money, because, yeah, it cost a few €100. So it's an investment. And even that month when I bought it, the SSL, I couldn't buy any. I did buy a few plugins and presets, but on a very limited basis. So yeah, I can't go crazy like some do. I don't know where they got their money from, but apparently they can't afford it. So, well, yeah, they got lucky. So. But sometimes you get also to a point where you might reduce a bit, because yes, I don't do vacations, I don't travel, so I don't buy fancy clothes or driving expensive cars. I teach young others, I try to give them a large array across the board. Yeah, it's a bit, financially, it's always, can I or can't I, and stuff like that. So I try to, even like when the V collection was upgrading, I said, okay, now I had to make a choice, either get the V collection or wait on another sale again, but that might take a while to grab it then. It then might be a bit more expensive, could be, or buy my mixer that I had planned. So yeah, I grab the V collection and I wait for the mixer for next month or so. And once I get my new car, I still have to, because that one is a bit more expensive, so I have to reduce a bit more, to be a bit more careful. But I must say, from the plugin side of view, I do sometimes still add something, but most collections I do have stuff that I really like. Some brands I try to add slowly things that they publish, not too much, but I think Arturia upgrade price stays same. I think. So kids are here and wife came home. So, whee. Busy. I made them to ask a couple of years. Yeah, I think, especially when it might get a bit up when there is no sale. But I'm not sure. It might stay, the upgrade price might stay the same. Because I know that on a single plugin, like, for example, if you're just interested in one of the series and you're not buying the collection, yeah, is either get it on the intro sale or wait on a seasonal sale on the Black Friday. Upgrade price stays the same. That's actually a good thing. that you still can. Oh, I can't afford it this month, so you have to maybe check because sometimes it happened that I, like for example, the Acid V, when it came out, I said, no, I don't want to wait until the next V collection, so I grabbed it on the intro price, and the intro price was pretty cool. So I said, no, that's a good deal. But I wouldn't have bought it in between, like the regular price. It's always the same time. My insurance is due. That's how I know. Yeah, my baddest month is August, because August on my pay there's like 200 missing, because we get every month we get some a kind of bonus for the food we buy for at work, or lunch money. But they decided, because in August most people do get on vacation, you don't need food money. And that is kind of stupid, because there's still people actually, when others go on vacation, others still work. But yeah, they decided that month, that's already an amount missing, and that's the month most of my big bills had to be paid. So it's shit, I'm missing something. Just fixed budget 200 audio, and is missing €1, and then no buy, and it can't save for future. But yeah, it's many people have a very, like, even I know for Viral Beats has, okay, can I buy something, or can you get, there are methods, like many do, like Patreons and stuff like that, or selling sample packs or presets. If you're lucky, that might get you some income that you can afford things. I know that, for example, Ben Jordan, his whole YouTube channel is actually pretty much financed by the stuff on Patreon and stuff like that. So there might be, I know, for example, a projector had, he had to decide, should I get a normal job, because the revenue I'm getting out of my YouTube production, music making, isn't enough to have a normal way of life. So I have to get a job. So I know, for example, Data Bros was in that situation. He quit his job to do YouTube, but there was not really money coming in, and suddenly it was kind of, oh shit, I still need a job, because there's no revenue coming in. So Pitfire did save a long time. A new interface on the start. Yeah, April, May, worst time for my own money. For me, it's August mostly, and the worst time is also between December and January, because we get it's kind of quirky. The pay for January, because of the holidays, they pay like almost 2 weeks in advance. So you got the pay for January already mid-December, or almost end December. But then waiting on the next one, that's almost a month and a half. So you have to stretch it You still might have, if you kind of smart, you still got the pay from December, so you live on that, and then you wait. If you're really good at managing finances, I'm still bad at it. So sometimes you go, oh shit, I have to be careful not to buy too much on Amazon and stuff like that, because suddenly, even if you say, oh, I got per week that kind of amount to spend, and suddenly, oh shit, I have to buy food, and I have to buy this, and I have to pay this, and oh, oops, the weekly budget is already gone. Ooh, what do I do now? So, and there are people out there that have bigger problems. So I've seen documentation on older people in France, where there was an old lady who really, she even had even though she was she was retired, she still had, because the money just didn't add up. So buying foods, yeah, she was very limited, and she had to get a kind of job to get a bit of money in. Also, Veteran, I've seen how lucky we are. Yeah, because there are people really in some countries struggling to make ends meet, just for the basic needs, and it's kind of sad when you see others that spend like crazy without any, wouldn't even say remorse, because they don't give a shit. Because yeah, I still got money in on my Swiss bank account. So yeah, it's kind of a sad thing that so many people struggle with that kind of shit. So, and others like, oh, you just bought a new mansion for $20 million. That's, sometimes it makes people angry when you hear something like that. Huh? Oh, I bought a new yacht for $150 million. And still, oh, I have to pay the crew and the gasoline and the parking fees. Oh, that's another 30 million. Yeah. Yes. And others like, oh shit, I just have like $10 to spend a week for food. Some people makes that angry, and then they do stupid stuff. Oh. What time is it? Oh, almost. Let's take a short break. Let's get into my pause here. I'm ranting too much. I'll be right back. Nick is here. Been lurking while doing my usual debauchery. I want to make pre-sample pack. There's much plan and not enough motivation to do it. Let's motivate Nick. Cheers, Da Vinci. I'm eating chocolate. So it might be interesting if that are. So I got the tactic. So we got some techno going on here. Let's see. Myra's drinking green tea. I'm eating chocolate. Yeah, is it? Chocolate emoticon here? I don't think so. I think there's one drinking chocolate, and there's this one. Oh, there's this chocolate. Chocolate emoji. Let's see in that sample pack here in Loop Cloud. So we got hats, kicks and snares, bass, and there's loops. Yeah, that's not much music loop shots, so just bass. That's could do bass loop, but well, coffee after one day. Wait for coffee and a long nap. Well, might try if I do, let's lock it on C and using the bass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Myra needs a nice sleep. 5-7 hours. Yeah, normally I do try to get my 7, but this 14 hours sleeps when I was like 13 years old. Me too. Not just you, me too. Can't even if I because I get up pretty early. Even if I go to bed like at 10 p.m. or but like 10:15 or something like that, I know that I don't get my 7 hours. Still wake up after like 5 or 6, mostly 5 or even sometimes 4. To pee, something. Get back into bed, and if I don't have to get up for working shit, still on weekends or day offs, I still wake up like in 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning. Giving me headaches when I have a coworker. She is she's like sleeping like 8-10 hours always, and she hates getting up early because she has we are like 3 people, and me and the other lady. She's even there at work before me most of the time, but she also quits a bit early. So, but the other one, she always arrives at 9 a.m. But sometimes it does happen that I'm not there and the other woman is not there. So she has to be there at 8 a.m. Then she's kind of pissed. She doesn't like it at all to be there because then she has to get up early, drive because she's living in France. She has to drive up and really be there before 8 o'clock. And yeah, she might be pissed all day because she even said once, if I could arrive at 10, that would be quite convenient. I would start my day at 10. But yeah, I think she stays up also very late. So because she doesn't go to bed at like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. No, she stays up late and then she sleeps a lot. So, yeah, but everybody has their... But then if you have a situation like Ben Jordan, who is insomniac, that's pretty bad. I wouldn't... That's a situation... No thanks. I don't sleep really... I can't sleep really 6, 7 or 8 hours totally through. I'm still waking up sometimes. But like insomniacs, when you go to bed, you can't sleep, you get up again, and or you go to bed very late and you just sleep like 2 or 3 hours. It's not very healthy. So, and sometimes he also looks like that. I did see a video once. Oh shit, you look like you didn't sleep for like 3 weeks. It's definitely not healthy. So I'll get into my hair, and I have my base one shots. Where's my base? Let's load these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's make another very short ones. Oh. It's kind of sad that they didn't include a sample editor. So Milo, let's sleep anything. Yeah, I sometimes I do try that. Sometimes on weekends. Sometimes I get up early, like 6 a.m. and I go to the toilet and smoke something, and suddenly, I'm still tired. And then I go to bed again, and I get back like 2 or 3 hours sleep. And then I wake up, and then I'm destroyed. When I do that, must wake up before 10 a.m. Yeah, I do try when I get up at 6, mostly on weekends, and I do get back into bed. I still have to be up around 8. Otherwise, I'm totally destroyed for the whole day. I'm feeling tired and not motivated. The only thing when it happens when I'm really feeling very sick, when I get a cold or something, I get so tired that I I put myself on the couch, and I'm like in a, well, I wouldn't say a trance. I'm out of there. I'm sleeping and still kind of awake, but too tired to get up. And even putting TV on and missing like half of it, and even if I hear the sound and stuff like that, I'm out of there. But it happened when I'm really, really sick, when I get the man flu. My chocolate. Let's see. Solo. Always get a chocolate monster. Then in Switzerland, St. Gallen, there was a chocolate making place. Whoa, in front of window. Yeah, that's bad. Ooh. Yeah. I have my the one woman that works with me. She's constantly eating chips and chocolate. She's not. She's kind of big because, yeah, but if I would eat that much of sweet stuff, I would be like 500 pounds. I don't know. Constantly just, oh my goodness. Let's see. Ring, comp, move, and like, oh, maybe a chorus. Already getting interesting. Being so, yeah, that's the interesting part of these kind of plugins. And then you still can add more effects. But it's like experimenting around to kind of find the right sweet spot. It's a bit, it's not like, yes, you can use the presets, of course. There's built-in presets, but most of it is very experimental. And if you don't, you can go crazy, totally crazy. But it's a bit like just playing around to get something interesting. Kind of thing. It's like with every kind of tool, especially you might be limited when you're using Reaper, but then you have to use external tools, and that's maybe the reason why some like Live and Bitwig, because they have these kind of crazy tools already included. So the modulation in Bitwig and the if you're using Max for Live, I know that Treat, for example, has some tools he uses when he does his live streams. Max for Live things that a bit like using glitch machines effects. You can go totally crazy with sound design and do all kind of crazy stuff, and that's very interesting to not just limit yourself in the traditional production thing. So and just with a few samples, you can't even slow down the main effect, like it's starting to getting interesting. It's almost like I was always making fun of Data Bros. He always was like using the C note in Bitwig and then modulating and changing with all kinds of plugins and modulation the very basic sounds, and he ended up like, whoa, what the heck? Just with one note. Well, don't need that much. So we can actually, let's duplicate this. And we can make 2, 3, 4. So you got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, like 8. Got yourself some interesting stuff. Techno. Whee. I'm gonna use the sample. Whee. So let's add from here. Let's add. Like. Let's use the stepping. Let's see. Why am I seeing only my comments? But because they're all lurking, right? They all go silent or doing multi-streaming watching. Yeah, that might happen sometimes. I do that too. Sometimes I watch 2 or 3 streams at the same time. So I got a sequence on. And could use the. Let's try this one. Still my. Let's see a live control panel. Select stream. This 7, the 6. Seven viewers. Chat rate is on 0. Biscuit. That's totally okay. I think when I clearly remember when I was starting out on Twitch. Yeah, the few streams that I did, I think the max viewers I had was 2, and quite often I had just me. So, but that's the thing. I wouldn't. It's nice to actually grow the channel. I clearly remember when I started out on YouTube, I had like 30 or 40 subscribers that got added through the years since the channel existed. Didn't post much. And now I'm 270 and it's still growing, and there's still new people coming in. That's pretty cool, but I wouldn't see me doing a stream with like 100 or 200 or 300 people, like when Ben Jordan does it, or like Martin Stutz or Signs of Life, when they got overwhelmed. It's that would go, oh, I still like to have it a bit of personal touch to see what people are writing and people lurking and asking questions and stuff like that. Because imagine like having a few hundred people in chat and you can't keep track of what's happening, what is going on and stuff like that. So it's nice. Like I'm surprised when I see when Andy was starting out on his streams on Saturday mornings, he didn't have a lot of viewers, a few from the Reaper Discord, and suddenly it grew, and he still keeps track, even if we got like 30, 40 viewers, sometimes a bit more, and he's still keeping track. That's pretty cool. And now he's famous, yes, quite. But I think it's also like I know it's kind of weird. You got certain YouTubers that some do just posting videos and tutorials or reviews or whatever they're doing. They don't do live streams, or on occasions maybe. And then you get like live streamers like who do it every day, like SOR, Alchemy, and many others like Xenpilled, and but it depends on those. Some have more viewers, and Alchemy doesn't have that huge amount of viewers when he live streams, but there are still some of those you wouldn't see, like I would be surprised that like a guy like Alchemy would show up in my stream, even though I watch his. But that changed when I started watching like the SOR and the hardware jams. They actually do watch other streams. They do have their YouTube channels, and yeah, they joining others and keep the community alive. Because I was once I forced him kind of. Because I was watching all the time Dash Glitch, and I was writing when I think it was on his Monday stream, and I said, "I'm always watching your stream, but you don't watch mine." So, and suddenly he appeared once. So, but Dash Glitch sometimes he does appear on other streams where sometimes you don't expect him to. So, but others I seriously, some I seriously doubt that someone like Venus Theory would pop up in a random live stream. He does pop up sometimes on Mike's Discord, talking about Reaper stuff. Yes, he has his own very busy Discord, but yes, he has a collaboration between his big friend Ben Jordan and the other guy, Red Means Recording. They do sometimes things together, but DL, is that Beat Factory? No, it's actually a synthesizer from Sugar Bytes. I don't know how actually. A good question. Is it an FM synthesizer? I think, or wave. I think it's a wavetable thing. It has multiple things built in. Well, I have no clue how it works. There is a standalone version. I have it installed, but the standalone version is a bit of has some audio problems. So I don't know. You kind of could actually, let's see, move down, chiptune analog. It's a bit yeah. Dark. Pad. I was using the Stepic. Not using pad. Percussive, maybe. A lot of sequence in there. Flicky. No, synthetic. Not percussive. It's a bit quirky to find actually an interesting whoops. And it's a bit laggy. Why does it play when it don't push on it? Why it's already playing without me hitting any keys? That's very weird. I started to dislike it. Get rid of it. No. How long did it take you to make $100 working? No. Yeah, I bought this on sale, but it's very laggy. I'm not sure. We need to try it on Bitweek, but also the standalone is very very laggy. So let's use something else. Let's use Facebook. has gone to like 6 projects at work for me. Oh my god. And basically was up early. Finish a YouTube short, I haven't even planned. Unplugs. Oh, could use it like a funny 8-bit thing. Haha. Let's see if I just use the MIDI on. Let's go crazy. It's very fast. Why it's so fast? Kind of weird though. Kind of a bit of a I don't know. Why not work so? Yeah, if you're doing trance. Cheers, Biscuit. I love the percussion. Yeah, we're experimenting here with all kind of tactic and all kind of crazy stuff. I don't have anything to showcase for that. What was missing? All this time we're gonna little faceplant, yeah. Biscuit has yeah. I was too busy checking my my sequencer, yeah. Maybe 80 is too much. Let's go down. We'll go down on the notes. Yeah, stepping is, I'm still surprised that there hasn't been any update for quite a while. And it hasn't been doing anything 12-bar melody. 12 bars would also be nice. Not sure, 12. 12. Now that Luke's always making small ones. Kinda. Sequence I do. So much read the fundamental on the Apex right now. I have some generous stuff with it soon. Is that hardware? Oh, DL did upgrade to the V collection. Yes, I did. And I'm already liking the lo-fi, so that's for sure. The others are I think the upgrade was kind of cool. So Apex is hardware sequencer. Oh yeah, I do like the hardware sequencer that SynthSeeker uses. Is quite a crazy tool. This is not cheap, and to modulate the sequences on his hardware, that one is pretty damn cool. But I can't do the same thing in software because I do have quite a few sequencers. He has yes, because he's using the push, but he has two little boxes. It doesn't look like much. And I even checked the price. It's like $400 each. And he has two of them. And it's I would compare it to Stepic. It has functions in it where, depending on how you play, how you set it up, it changes the notes and the pitch and stuff like that. And I think he hooked it up on his modular system, or did he use it on another system? I'm not quite sure how he connected all the stuff. But yeah, the push is something different because the push is managed by Ableton and the Launchpad and stuff. But these little hardware boxes, they're pretty cool what they do. So, yeah. Oh, it's almost 9. Yeah, this one I will keep it. We'll work on it tomorrow. Tomorrow a bit early, longer one, because yeah, tomorrow is day off. It's let's see who joins, because there might be people actually during the 1st May. It's free day. So yeah, let's wrap this up. I'm gonna close my programs here, otherwise I keep on messing things up here. And yeah, might just see checking who's doing live streams. So I'm slowly getting how these tools work, because I have them for so long and I keep on adding stuff, and yeah, need to use them and try them and find out how to actually work with them. So yeah. So thanks for watching. Would say the French would say merci beaucoup. Dankeschön. And let's see, yeah, probably maybe tomorrow, Friday. Yeah. Or see you on YouTube. And I have to check how I sound with the reverb. Gute Nacht, Milo says, he knows German. Yeah, Gwen, I try to make a bit more like during the week, to kind of force me to make stuff and learn stuff, because if I just use my music making things on weekends, yeah, I keep forgetting stuff, so I have to get into it instead of just hitting the couch and doing nothing, or yeah, whatever. So, like we said, goodbye.
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 I like that too. Bye-bye.